Yeah, so back to this is part two of liberal and conservative theology, and I had to take a break. So, the focus of discipleship is in the conservative theology is about relationship with God. That is, if you're not having a relationship with God, then you are not a good disciple of Christ in the conservative world. But in the liberal world, the focus of discipleship is to be in the kingdom of God, to do the kingdom of God. So it's not about how long did you pray, did you spend quiet time with Jesus? No, in the liberal theology, it's doing the kingdom work, going out and building the kingdom of God and being kind to the poor and visiting the prisoner and seeing the sick. That is kingdom theology. And it is mostly practiced by liberal theologians. And look at the social justice movements today. They are led by people who are kingdom minded. And what do I mean by the kingdom minded? They are bringing God's kingdom. What is God's kingdom all about? Social justice. It's fairness. It's people loving one another. It is peace. It is living with one another, whether gay or straight. It is having peace and all of that, prosperity, and everybody's happy. That is what kingdom-minded people are. But a relationship with God is not necessarily concerned about what somebody else is going through, but you should be concerned about God, relating with God, talking with God. There's some songs, how long has it been since you talked to Jesus? How long since you've seen his face? You see, that is a song by someone who values relationship with God. But you won't hear that song in a liberal church because they focus on the kingdom of God. All right. Now, we go on to required lifestyle. Now, the required lifestyle in the conservative theology is a right belief. If you have the right belief system in conservative theology, you will have the right lifestyle. So when they see you, and this is why very few homosexual Christians, gay Christians, are in conservative settings, because the conservative theologians will attack and they'll say, no, that's not the life you're supposed to live. That's not the life. You have a wrong belief about what homosexuality is. For them, homosexuality is not, for me, homosexuality is not a sin. Because how can love be a sin? But for conservatives, it's a sin. So when they listen to you, they will say, oh, you have a wrong belief. You have a wrong belief. Therefore, your lifestyle is bad. Therefore, you're a bad person. That's how the conservative theologians think. And that is where I disagree with them. To me, the required lifestyle is a right action. And action means doing good to people. When someone is hungry, give him food. When somebody doesn't have a house to stay in, help him out. When somebody is like, that's how you do it. That is the right action. Sex has nothing to do with you. It has nothing. Because sex is a private thing. This is why Desmond Tutu does not attack gay people. He said, that is your private life. And guess what? Desmond Tutu is on the liberal. He's a liberal theologian. Martin Luther King was a liberal theologian. Majority of the black American preachers are liberal theologians. Not actually, maybe let's put it at 50%, because we have the other right wingers, the conservative, who are not so. They are not really liberal theologians, and reason being, they swallowed the prosperity gospel, which is a capitalistic form of preaching, and it is building capitalism. So when it builds capitalism, you are not necessarily concerned about the poor. because they are not working, you know. So those who have the required lifestyle for the liberal theologian is based on action. So it's not just based on belief, but it is based on what you do with what you believe. But for the conservative theologian, the required lifestyle is based on what you believe. Now, the next view, the part of theology, is the approach to. So we are done, and that is what we show you. This is the tribal theology, and the fact that there is liberal theology and conservative theology. Some of us have mixtures of from the two columns. Others mostly live in one column. Others do mixtures, and it's up to you. As I've told you, I did a test for myself, and I think I am 70% liberal and 30% conservative. Of course, there are some things in the conservative side I don't support, but I support most of the things on the liberal side. They make sense. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. It is QSTPS, and we'll see you next time.